Hi everyone, I'm back. It's V Vibe time with some more Vanisms. So I'm Van, and the last video that I did was just an introduction about myself and who I am, where I came from, type of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna get straight to it. Today I want to speak about vision. There's some thundering outside. So vision. Basically, when I listen to a lot of my clients and a lot of my friends, and even when I listen to conversations from people that I don't know, if a lot of times if you go to restaurants or if you just happen to be someplace and you listen to people, you can hear them speak about their dreams and their passions and things that they want to do, things that they did, things that they didn't do. And I took all of that and realized that people regret a lot of the things in their life, not so much a lot of what they did, but a lot of what they didn't do. And so I kind of took that to heart and thought about my life and where it was going, even though I was doing something that I really love, which was hair. And I just adore that because I like changing people and seeing them go from one look to another. And it not only changes their physical outside, but it really changes their inside. If you can create something on the outside and it looks good and you feel good about it, then it can change your inside and give you that little bit of boost or momentum to move forward and get on and move on with your life. So that's one thing. Make sure that your outside is what you want to represent with your inside, and your inside to represent your outside. So both of those go hand in hand. But I'm going to speak about, like I said, vision. And I'm going to go into two stories about that. Remember, the one about the clients is all about the fact of listening to people and hearing what they didn't do or what they did do. And I'm going to give you a story, revert a little bit back to myself, just so you understand where I'm coming from. When I already told you, being from an Asian family, that entertainment is not a thing back when I was growing up. So even like for dancing, gymnastics, and cheerleading, any of that stuff, I didn't get the early age of classes and discipline of those skills. But when I was a freshman in high school, I really, really wanted to be a cheerleader. I had no idea why I wanted to be a cheerleader. I just knew. Something told me, go and be a cheerleader. It was the oddest thing. Because I had no gymnastics experience, cheer experience, or anything, not even dance at that point. I'd taken a few little dances here and there, but you kind of, when you start something and then it gets to where you can't afford it. So, I stopped. My parents stopped letting me go. So anyways, my freshman year, I really wanted to be a cheerleader. So I told my mom, I said, hey, I'm going to go try out for, JV squad. And she says, what is that? I said, I want to be a cheerleader. And she's like, what is that? And I said, well, a cheerleader is someone who goes and they do these little performances and cheer for their team at the school. And she's like, why? I said, because it's for spirit and, you motivate people to get into the game. And she goes, oh, okay, no, I don't understand. Let me see if I can mimic her. I don't understand what you talk about. Cheerleader, like a yay. What? That means, what is it? What is it? Yeah. And so she's like, no. Do that. No good for you. And you know what? Actually, back then, her English was much better than that, but her English has gotten worse as she's gotten older. So I said, okay, Mom, I'm going to go do it anyways. So I go to the camp. Okay, they have a camp before the tryouts. And I just go in there and I start learning, absorbing as much as I can. Okay, what is cheerleading about? What do I have to do? And I just learned the routine. All I did was mimic. I just mimicked what they did. And so then I went ahead and tried out, even though my mom said no. And I figure I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to make it anyways because I don't know anything about it. But I go in there with such enthusiasm. And like I said, I just mimicked everything that they did. Sorry, I'm back. I had to catch that phone call. So I go in, I mimic, and I learn everything. And again, I said, what do I have to lose, right? So I go and I do my tryouts, and it's so professional, like, because you have your numbers and you have your groups and, you have to go and do everything. And remember now, I had really no flexibility, no cheer, no anything, right? So I go in there and the only thing I had was enthusiasm. So I go and I just do my thing, I just try out and yay, go, yeah, Longhorns, because it was Dobie Longhorns. And lo and behold, I make the team. I make JV. Oh my gosh, it was an incredible moment for me. And so I go through the thing about what I really liked about my experience with cheerleading is that I went from JV, and then the next year I tried out again, and I made varsity basketball, and then my senior year I was varsity football. And I actually enjoyed that because I got to do each phase of that. It's kind of like the minor leagues in baseball. You go from, single, double, triple A, and then, the major leagues, right? I did that because here's the next step of that story or next phase. So my senior year, I hear about a cheerleading organization. Actually, it was a football team called the USFL, Houston Gamblers, and they were having auditions for cheerleader tryouts. So again, I'm like, okay, I have cheer experience now, but I don't really have dance experience. So how am I gonna go and do this? So I said, you know what? I'll just do it. I'll just go and try out. Who cares, right? What do I have to lose again? And it was the most wonderful experience. And I almost not walked out, but I almost didn't go back the second day because it was just so nerve-wracking. Over 600 ladies tried out for the Houston Gamblers cheerleader. Well, I remember after tryouts, actually, let me go back a little bit. During tryouts, I was only 17, and that was in, I think, January, February. And I just told them, I was upfront and honest, because you're supposed to be 18. I said, okay, with my biggest smile and everything. I'm like, I just have to tell you, I am only 17, but I will be 18 in May. And I am excited to be here and to learn as much as I can. And I hope to be on the squad and, blah, blah, blah. So the key to that again, enthusiasm. I had enthusiasm. And so I remember, I believe it was Monday morning, and it was 104 KRBE. Do you know they announced the team, the squad, the 36 girls, they announced them on 104 KRBE like at 7 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And I heard my name called on the radio. I was so super excited. And even when I went to school, and I'm sure some of my high school friends back at Dobie remember the announcement that Principal Braden made, that we have a celebrity among us. One of our cheerleaders went and tried out for the Houston Gamblers, and she made it on the squad. And I became like instant celebrity in high school. And the odd thing to that was, yes, I've been a cheerleader for 3 years, all my years in sophomore through senior year in high school. But I wasn't popular. I was never popular. My name was known. I was known because I was a cheerleader, but I wasn't popular. I didn't even know what that meant because, again, Asian family, don't know what popular is. It's just school, do your thing, come home, clean, cook, all that stuff. I had my responsibilities I had to do. So anyway, again, see what I mean? The minor leagues, JV, varsity basketball, varsity football, and then a professional cheerleader. And then I also went on to try out for the Houston Oilers, and in '93 I made the Derrick Dolls. So you know what? There is one team that I tried out for that I didn't make, which was the Houston Rockets. I just wasn't their style, and that's okay. Everything worked out for me, and I, was excited about that. But the other story to this, which is vision, knowing what you want, and being prepared, and just going after it, because you never know what's going to happen. But this shirt right here that I'm wearing, it is UTPB, and you know what? I noticed the Palmer size shirt was not flipped. It's just my camera makes it look like it's flipped for me. UTPB is where my daughter went. Now, here's the story with her. You talk about vision. This little girl, when she was little, said, Mama, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher. So, and then later on, because she plays tennis, and she played tennis all through, from junior high all the way through college. And even when she was playing tennis, she said later on in her senior year, you know what? I want to come back and teach and coach at my high school. And you know what? She did it. I am so super proud of her. I know. I get emotional about these things because I'm just so super excited to see anyone have a vision and a dream. And then, to actually go for it and do it and make it happen because they saw it, and they weren't afraid. And that's what you have to do. Don't be afraid to go out there and do it. Okay? So that's it for this week, and I'll see you next week. Keep pushing it. Good vibes all the way. Peace.